Hello and welcome to our video for the Wellington Junction to Eleanor's Loop double tracking project. This was a major infrastructure project, the biggest that the Society has undertaken since the extension to what is now Willow Lawn in 1997. The main reasoning for the project was that for some of the time we had an issue at Eleanor's Loop where the platform and loop roads were not long enough for two trains to pass safely, when one was a 10-coach train. Consideration was given to lengthening the loop at the north end, but this was discounted due to the lack of room and the close proximity to the old Eleanor's Loop turntable pit. Likewise, at the south end, although there was room, it would further shorten the single line section between Wellington Junction and Eleanor's Loop, which was considered operationally inadequate. The only feasible option was to double track the single line section between Eleanor's Loop and Wellington Junction entirely. The project was undertaken in 4 main stages as seen on the diagram. The first stage involved removing the points at Woody Bay end of Eleanor's Loop and slewing the existing single line over to the woods to connect up with the former loop road, becoming the new up line. The new down line was then constructed alongside the existing single line right down to Wellington Junction, where progress was halted until the annual winter shutdown. This gave 6 weeks of access to the railway to completely remodel Wellington Junction in January 2017. We start with a few archive photos of the original single line section between Wellington Junction and Eleanor's Loop, which was completed in 1986. In this piece of video footage, filmed and narrated by the late Henry Brown, we see a newly commissioned Mad Bess approaching from Wellington Junction and climbing up the gradient towards Eleanor's in the summer of 1999.
Now here we are, rounding the corner at Fisherman's and approaching Wellington Junction. Here we get such a lovely picture of it coming up the hill towards Eleanor's, which of course one doesn't get when one's in the train.
Fast forward to the 3rd of January 2016 and Graham Alexander arriving at Eleanor's Loop with the last train of the day. This was also the very last train to traverse the old single line section before work commenced on the double tracking project. After a site meeting and materials delivery on the week of the 10th of January, the following Sunday was the start of a working week for the permanent way gang and saw the removal of Eleanor's South Point and the slewing of the line towards the woods. As can be seen from some of these pictures, the team weren't able to load the ton bags of aggregate in a neat manner, until a frame was constructed to hold the bags open for loading with a digger. We now switch to video footage of the crushed concrete being laid as a base for the new downline. During the working week, 110 tonnes of crushed concrete was laid, all transported from the loading point at Willow Lawn Station in 12-tonne train loads. A long-established problem of a wet spot in the way of the new formation at Farmers Crossing was corrected by the digging of trenches and installation of perforated pipe to ease drainage in this area. By mid-February, welding of the transition rails was taking place in the workshop and ballasting of the slewed line was complete to allow trains to run once more for the new season.